Monday, Parshat Eikev, we're going to do another piece in the Zera Shimshon Ois Aleph. Zera Shimshon is going to explain the smichas of the two parshas. On one hand, we see that from the end of last week's parsha, that it says, Asher anochi mitzavcha hayom la'asoisem, that we're commanding you today to do it, to do the mitzvahs. And as we know the Chazal say, that hayom la'asoisem ilamocha litol scharam, today do the mitzvahs and tomorrow get schar, which means that there is no reward in this world for doing a mitzvah. And in this week's parsha, we see that Moshe Rabbeinu says that the Eibush is mavtiach all this good that's going to happen to you if you do the mitzvahs. And you can't say, says the Zera Shimshon, that this week's parsha and this pasuk is talking about doing the strong, stringent chumradika mitzvahs, right? And that's why you're going to get schar in this world, because the pasuk says the lashon of Eikev. Eikev is a lashon of the end, the sole of the foot, which Rashi says we're talking about the mitzvahs kalos, the easy mitzvahs to do. So when you look at this, it looks like it's a contradiction from last week's parsha to this week's parsha. So it answers the Shimshon that look at the words that the pasuk is using to describe the mitzvahs. He says, "V'hoya Eikev tishmin eis hamishpotim." So we see Eikev, Rashi says, is talking about the easy mitzvahs, and eis hamishpotim. What are mishpotim? Mishpotim are the mitzvahs that we would do with, even if it wasn't written, we would have to do in order to keep the world going. Those are mishputim, and the word "eis" says the Shimshon is used as the word "im" with an ayin, which means with. So says the Shimshon, this is what the pasuk is coming to tell us. You're going to do the easy mitzvahs, and you're going to listen, and you can do them just like mishputim. What do you mean? I'm going to do the easy mitzvahs because I have to do it because I can't live without it. The world can't exist if I don't do these mitzvahs. So then, these mitzvahs are going to be considered by the Eibishter as if they're like a chumradika mitzvah, because you took it upon yourself to do these mitzvahs because you have to do it because you can't live without it, because it's not possible to continue without it. On the other hand, you're doing the mishputim, you're going to do as if you're doing only for the mitzvah's sake, not because the world has to live on it. I'm doing the mishputim because it's a mitzvah, not because it's the etzem existence of the world. And that's why it says in the pasuk, Ishmartem va'asisim oisem. It says two lashonos, one to watch and one to do it. The two different types of mitzvahs. If a person is doing the easy mitzvahs because he feels that he has to, and he can't live without it. Its etzem existence of the world is based also on these mitzvahs, and he also does the mishputim, which would have had to be done anyway, but he does it because it's a mitzvah and not because the world has to exist on this. Then the pasuk says, Moshe Rabbeinu says, "V'shomer Hashem Elokecha l'chayas habris." Then the Eibush is going to give you all this tremendous chesed and all this tremendous good in this world. Why? Because just like how a person acts, that's how the Eibishter acts to him. He watched and did these mishputim, which you would have anyway done, because in order to exist in the world, you have to do these things. And he did it l'shem mitzvah dafka, specifically because it's a mitzvah, and not because you have to do it in order to survive. For that reason, this person is going to get the schar of keeping the mishputim also. And what's the schar that he's going to get? What's the reward that he's going to get? The reward that he's going to get is the good that he is going to come onto him is going to be for the toiva of this world. It's going to be that he's able to exist in this world. Like we see that all the brucha that the Torah says now that a person gets for doing these mishputim, what is it? It's children, it's fruits and vegetables, it's his harvest, his wheat, it's his animals, it's his vineyard. It says that all his animals will always also have more animals, and the Eibush is going to take away all sicknesses, so on and so forth. All this is in order for a person to exist in this world in the best possible way. And not only that, but because he did these mitzvahs l'shem mitzvah. So the mitzvah shaboy, that aspect of the mitzvah shaboy, that's going to be saved for him l'osud lovoi, because that schar for that mitzvah in this world isn't. He's not going to get reward for that schar for that mitzvah in this world. He's going to get that only in olam haba. However, because he did it not for the existence of this world, meaning to say his machshava was only l'shem mitzvah, so the Eibush is going to repay him in this world as well, in order for him to be able to be mekiyim, in order to exist and survive in this world. And that's what the smichas of the two parashiyos are. When is schar b'hayal maleka, because he's doing l'shem mitzvah, and even though he didn't have to. And when does he get the schar? Is also because of that, because he's doing the mishputim. He's doing it as a mitzvah, and not because he has to be mekayim the world. The Eibush is going to say, you know what? I'm giving you anyway to survive and exist in this world.